What is it affecting? Most people say it will be ending by February 2021, which might or might not be true because none of us know what's going to happen. So we're going to see what is it made out of? How is it killing people? Many people in America are dying, super sad. But how is it killing people? What is the part? What is happening? We're going to see what is COVID-19 made from. Now you see my picture that looks like it. We're going to see what it's made from. The virus was first detected in Wuhan City, Hubei province, China. The first infections were linked to a live animal market, but the virus is now spreading from person to person. The COVID-19 name, now we're going to see what it came from. It came on February 11, 2020. The World Health Organization announced an official name that disease that causing the 2019 novel coronavirus outbreak. First identified in Wuhan, China. The new name of the disease is coronavirus disease. 2019 is abbreviated as COVID-19. And what can mosquitoes transmit the coronavirus disease? To date, there has been no information or evidence to suggest that new coronavirus could transmit by mosquitoes. The new coronavirus is respiratory virus, which spreads permanently through droplets generated when an affected person coughs or sneezes, or throw droplets or saliva discharged from the nose. I was gonna say, sneezing is not a COVID-19 symptom. It's only a cold, or if you have any other virus, or you just have a cold, because sneezing is for example, you say, I have COVID. No. But if you, I have COVID. Yes, that makes sense. If you, and you have a fever, you check if you have a fever, for example, and you do not have a fever, or you just do. For example, you look at yourself as, do I have COVID-19? You put the thermostat in your mouth. If it says 99 you got, for example, you shouldn't think that's COVID, because 99 is not a COVID-19 one. But if you check the temperature and it says 100 or 102, that's a problem. Because when you do 102 and everything, it needs to be low or something. People might say 99 is for COVID, but that's not true. That's not true. Because we believe that 100 is it. Sorry about the noise. 100 is the one. So let's see here. Let's talk about how it could work. We're gonna see if food can spread COVID-19. No evidence. There is no evidence that food spread in the United States or important countries affected by COVID-19 can transmit COVID-19. But what I'm trying to say is, food and COVID-19 are not something that people could worry. But if it drops on the floor, you could, because you never know if it's bad or good, or if it's on the table. That's gross. You don't want to talk about that, do you? Now we're going to see more about this virus, what's going on. So we're looking about what's made from. Usually some people might say there's some slingy in it. What I mean by something like a slingy, it has something slingy inside it, and the thing that looks like a slingy is called RNA and N protein. In the top of one of them, the one is called envelope. The top of the viruses you see down, the tops of them that look like holes, those are called spike protein. They're probably spikes. They're probably not squishy. They might look squishy or something, but they probably are spikes in them. So protective. I don't know why a virus would have spikes, but they actually might be spikes, I think. That's pretty funny. So let's move on. There might be something called a slingy. That is RNA and N protein. An envelope is like, the body, like not outside of it, the body that's having those thingies. That's called an envelope. And Hamagellan is trace dimmer, is like those little particles on top, or it's maybe the particles. It's probably inside that you cannot see it in my photo. But those are the things that made out of. So if you, I know this would be funny, but if you cut it a COVID-19, and you cut it a COVID-19, I know that's impossible. You see what's inside. Those are the things you're gonna see. Because this virus is pretty intense from the people. It's the spikes that maybe be killing others. Like how the spikes of COVID like pinches or just makes you cough or something, gives you a fever. Ooh, that's not good. And now we're going to try to know, how can you catch the disease? COVID-19 spreads between people who are in close contact within about 6 feet through response droplets created when someone talks, coughs, or sneezes. Did you know that people are wandering around? That's why you're getting more COVID-19. Or did you know that and protein in the COVID-19 had spikes in them? Or they had like something slingy-ish in them that protects them? I know, weird but true. COVID-19 is pretty similar to the other viruses. Weird but true. COVID-19 is not a difference between other viruses, some people believe. And that might be true or false. But COVID-19 flu, for example, kills people, hurts people, stays in people, you know what I mean? And COVID-19 goes in a lot. People, hurts people, kills people. But we want to know what's the difference. Like, why does it matter? Or whatever. The reason why people think that COVID-19 matter more than other viruses is because COVID-19 kills way more people than you think of flu and cancer kills. And I wouldn't bring up cancer because that's not what we're talking about right now. Now we're talking about COVID-19. But I would just say, I was just going to talk about flu and COVID-19 and cancer. I'll just say, and it's just, cancer and flu haven't been killing you that much. It's rare to get cancer and flu. But COVID-19 is so not rare to get. It's so easy to get. Like you might say, this virus is a lie. I'm just moving on. And you just go somewhere and you just hang out with your friends. You do everything. You just do anything you want. That's a problem. Because people don't believe that COVID is real. But that's how they get it. They just think that it's not real. That's how they get it. That's probably why you get COVID-19. You know how you talk, you sneeze, you cough. That's making more coronaviruses. Weird but true again. It's not good to cough. It's not good to talk that much. Weird but true, it's not good to talk that much. It makes COVID-19. Like talking that much is not pretty good for you. Like if you want to say, hi, how are you? And talking near each other is not good. Weird but true. Shouldn't talk near a person unless you're 6 feet apart. And I'm just saying, when it comes to that, it's not good because your mask is what actually is protecting that COVID-19 so it doesn't spread from your mouth, so it doesn't get others sick, so it can doesn't do anything bad. That's the weird but true. This 2020 year has been crazy, as you can see it by my photo there. It's like pretty crazy, but pretty weird and true is about, that's probably why you wear masks. So you don't create, but that's not 100% protective because it could still come through or anything. You know, you might say, oh, it's weird how we have to be 6 feet apart. Or you say, oh, it's so weird how we have to be 6 feet apart on, let me see here. On, COVID-19. Say, oh, it's so weird how we have to be 6 feet apart by masks on. You don't have to be 6 feet apart by masks on. I know it's weird, but true. It won't really get you sick, but it's possible it could. It could and also couldn't. Saying it could be possible or it could be possible, but as long as you're like, if you take off your mask and you're near somebody, you touch a lot of stuff, that's not good for you. Touching your hands is what makes it actually worse. It actually tries to, your hands are what are in common. They're like part of your body. They actually affect it to make the COVID-19 around. China in Wuhan had the first people. China for 2019 has been hiding from us. Now, I know this virus was spreading on 2020, but if it was made on 2020, then it would have been say COVID-20. And COVID means a virus now. But you know how you say it's weird how they say COVID-19? It's because it's 2019 it was made from. But if it was made on 2020, then yes, I would say COVID-20 would be the right one you would say, right? But seriously, China was hiding from us the whole time. It started around March 1st. March, it started COVID-19. And when it started spreading around, it was not cool. China was hiding that from us since 2019. Since December or November, and then it moved on to March. We all knew this virus was spreading. We hid in our houses and did lockdowns for months. And then now we're just stopping. We're just saying, we don't care. We're reopening stuff. But you gotta put on your mask. And we say, yeah, good idea. That way we would just move again. Not good. Because this virus is the most worst virus ever. It can affect you in different ways. It could go in your mouth, go in your nose. Ew, gross, I know. Go in anywhere. That's not pretty good for you guys. You guys have to make sure you know what you're doing and what you're protecting from others. Other people say oh no. Say, oh no, are you gonna die because you have COVID-19? They say, right? And some people don't die, some people do. And that's weird, you might say, because you thought COVID-19 is only killing. No. COVID-19 is not just killing. COVID-19 could affect you in only different ways. It could affect you by going to work. If you, for example, you're an adult, you went to work, then you started ending up yourself at work, trying to see what your boss wants you to do. And when you come to work and you say, oh my goodness, shall I go to work because of COVID-19? It's actually good, but your boss says, for example, we're going to start online. You say yes. Then you start online. Then you get bored. Then you say, oh, wish I went back to work. I don't know if any of you don't say that, but it's worth it. So guys, this video is only about your protection of COVID. And always wear your mask, sanitize your hands, always wash your hands. Don't touch anything. Make sure when you're at school, make sure you know what to do in work. Be protective.